Hey YouTube, after last night's down-tunedness and the fact that I set everything up and read, I normally schedule my videos to go out at 7 and I must have not pressed the last thing that said save. I was sitting there noticing last night I've had a wee look at, I don't know, 10 o'clock or something like that. It's like, why is the video, my last video, that BC route? So that's why the last night's video was late. I think I'm still recovering from being drinking for 5 days. I'm alright now. So, this is my pal James. I actually saw this on Marketplace or Gumtree. Seemed like a really good buy, but because it was only relatively recently, as in a couple of weeks ago, that had the Gretsch 335 or the Gretsch 335 alike. I wasn't yet. It's normally one I need to leave it a year before I decide. Oh, a semi-hollow. I might quite fancy one of them. Whereas then I play it for a couple of days and then decide I don't like hollow guitars. So here's the Aria one, or the Aria Pro 2. Still even get the cellophane on the truss rod cover. This came in. I'm basically just going to clean it up and set it up, and my pal basically gave it to me for you want to do a video on this? To see what you can get for 150 quid. So this was 150 quid. It came in a hard case, and it also came with an amp, which I've not yet walked through, but I'll do another video of that. I'll do a demo of that using one of my guitars, I think. A custom sound amp. Looks like quite a giggable thing. So this is a Samick S6, so 2006. So Samick were building this at the same time they were building the Epiphones. This is slightly smaller than a 335, just a little bit pointier. I do remember them having the Union Jack one and the Welsh one were this shape. I don't know, but maybe a few years later. So this is a TA-40. The Saltire one I had was a 335 shape. I think it was a TA-50, and there is a TA-60. They've made these since the 80s anyway. They used to be Japanese, and then obviously they've moved to, even says made in Korea on the back of it. This is a bolt-on neck one. So the TA-60 might be this shape, but set neck perhaps. The Saltire one I had was set neck as well. So it's got the accurate bolt-on system written on the neck plate. Serial number starts 5. So that doesn't really tie in with the S6 on the headstock, unless the 5 could mean 85, maybe. And then maybe they made the neck plate in 85. I don't know how accurate they are with these things. So this has got the text on this. Obviously, this is just as it came. Basically, I've literally taken it out of the box, given it a quick tune, and that's it. Very dusty, but this has got got writing on the headstock, which has specially designed and approved by Aria Research and Development Lab, original custom body, patent number 555719. Be interesting to look up the patent body, because the Arias I've got a couple of the Aria Pros, which were the first. The Aria Pro 2, which were the first Aria Pro 2 guitars made in Japan, sort of late 70s. And they've got text on the headstock as well, but it says something about being designed by H. Noble, who's the guy who does Atlantia guitars. And it's got a patent number as well. And the patent number on my bass is for a neck join, like for a special neck join system. And it's a through neck. So it'd be interesting to see what the patent number is actually for. I wonder if it's actually for anything to do with this guitar. It could even be the same patent number for the crazy neck join. This is just a normal bolt-on neck. The crazy neck join is on the Aria PEs. It's like it does have 4 bolts, but it kind of slots in, and 2 of the bolts are on the back. Oh no, mine doesn't even have any bolts on the back. There's a version that's got 2 bolts on the back and then bolts on the inside, whereas the one I've got is a sort of set neck, but it's a crazy, it goes in at a crazy angle. It's kind of, it's a modern, it's actually not unlike that Schecter I was doing yesterday. It's kind of that sort of shape, that sort of idea. So I'm leaving off. I did actually have 2 down-tuned guitars. I've got that one there to do as well, but I figured I'd give us a wee bit of a break. Somebody, the one who knocks Mr. White, I saw you commented. I could see that you commented. I could see the first sort of sentence. And then when I click on it, it's not there. So I don't know whether you withdrew it or whether YouTube's not allowed it because you swore in it or something. I don't know. That happens quite a lot. Just if you're watching my videos and you commented and I haven't, it's possible I haven't seen it, but quite a lot of comments. I get like a wee notification that says, oh, here's a comment, and I can read the first sentence of it. But when you click on it and it goes to the video, it just doesn't exist. So I don't really know what's going on there. If I don't like it or dislike it or reply. Maybe it just got lost in the ether. But anyway, so we're on to this, which is a. I think this might actually be proper hollow. More, I don't think it's got the centre block in it. I don't know how you would tell it. It's obviously got some sort of block to hold the tunematic bridge, so it can't be. You know, it's not like fully hollow, because obviously you would normally on a fully hollow one you'd have the like a tailpiece thing here which held the strings, and then the bridge would be floating. It's not that, so there must be some sort of block behind it, but it does seem to be less of the centre block type thing than what we're used to. It's got some things, it's got a pick stuck in it, it's got a capo attached there. So, as I say, I've not done anything. It's also got wee bits of cardboard stuck to the knobs. I don't know why you would do that, but they'll be coming off when I clean it up. Couple of humbuckers, I doubt very much it's push-pull pots. No, well, why would you? Yeah, so I'm hoping the electrics are going to be alright, because it's obviously an absolute pig to work on these things. It's like, oh, a wee bit of a scratchy volume pot, I'll just... I might actually be able to, I might have a wee go if they are a bit scratchy, have a go, because I've managed to keep the wee tube thing, so I might be able to go in through the F-hole and then sort of get at the back of the volume pots if anything is a bit scratchy. But it's a nightmare swapping these things out, you know, on a guitar where the back comes off. It's like, oh, what, replace the tone pot? Pure done. That's the noise of me soldering. Whereas on this, it's like, pure, alright, take out all these knobs, unattach them all, pull them all out through take the bridge pickup out, pull everything out through there, fix it, and then using various forms of little bits of string and wire and stuff to try and get the knobs back through these holes. It's just a nightmare. I wish I'd just put hatch in the back. I don't think it makes any difference to the sound. So let's see what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like anything. You got to turn the volume up to make it make a sound. Wee Laney, DC15, 3x12 cabinet, no pedals. And these strings are probably about 10 years old, so I might do a wee once I've cleaned it up. It's actually in amazing condition, and I suppose that's a little tip for you. If you're buying a guitar and it comes with a hard case, there is a chance that it spent most of its life in that hard case, therefore it doesn't have the same UV damage it didn't incur. You know, there'll obviously still be a bit of play wear. There's a wee bit of fret wear, but it's not bad by any means, just you can see it's been played. The difference being, because it's been kept in the case, it doesn't have all the dents and stuff from it being moved about and get knocked off the stand and you're sitting in the corner of someone's room sort of thing, which you get in a lot of guitars. I get quite a lot of guitars in that are have never been played. You know, somebody bought a guitar, learning to play it, you know, played it a couple of weeks, kind of gave up, and then it spent a year in the attic or getting moved about, so it's got lots of dents on it but no actual play wear, whereas this has got some play wear, not a lot, but pretty much no dents because it's been kept in a case. I might just use the bass amp for the drum pedal. Good bridge pickup. Wee bit of a scratchy tone pot, but that's it. Not scratchy now. That's what I like to see. Neck pickup. Really loud guitar actually. Wee bit of a scratchy tone pot. Give it a couple of turns up and down. Not a scratchy tone pot anymore. Oops, let the camera for the computer fill up again. So continuing on, I think the last word I said before it went beep and ended was something about the volume control. Yeah, so I suppose both pickups on. So usual Samick quality. I mean, Samick, I remember reading somewhere that 2/3 of all the electric guitars made in the 90s were made by Samick, which seems insane. I don't know how, I don't fact check ever. It's something like that. It's a pure insane number anyway, because I mean, Samick were making for everyone. This is Aria, Epiphone, their own ones. Lots of things. I don't even know if Samick still exist. I think the factories probably still exist. They're maybe just under a different brand. Not really sure. But just a bit of a clean up on this is really all it needs, and I'll set new strings on it. James hasn't yet told me what strings it is he wants on it. So I'm just going to have a wee jam on it, and again I will sit there and I'll be thinking, oh, maybe I should have a 335. I really like it. If I was going to get a 335, I would maybe consider one of these. I quite like the way it's a wee bit smaller than a 335, just a wee bit, and it's quite loud unplugged. You know, if you're sitting playing the telly or something. It plays amazing. So I put a wee backing track in. What was the drums I was using for the... That's what I was using for the down tuning, really. Back up. Bridge. With the volume full. Doesn't seem to be as loud, does it? The strings are terrible. I should really... I'll do this. I've been talking for an awful lot of time in this video, so once this is cleaned up and working, I'll do like a video for the normies who are thinking about buying one of these rather than folk who want to listen to me talk. US stream. I've tried fuzz pedal because I just think fuzz and bridge pickup, fuzz, semi-hollow, got to be good. possibly one of my favourite 335-ish type guitars I've played. You can probably going to be able to pick these up relatively cheaply because it's got a bolt-on neck, which, as I've said before, a bolt-on neck's probably better than a set neck, but generally it's cheaper to make a bolt-on neck, therefore they'll have spent less time on the rest of the guitar, so the cheaper model of whatever range it is you're looking at will be bolt-on neck. It's not as good as the set neck one, it costs half as much, it doesn't have the same pickups, it doesn't have the same finish, whereas this one I don't think the set neck one really going to be any different apart from it'll be set neck. It kind of goes to show the pickups in this are actually really good, and pickups in my Samick Epiphone SG were atrocious. That kind of shows you it depends how you spec it. I think Epiphone or Gibson, who owned them, had spec'd, you know, they're probably given a couple of samples of the SG and the Les Paul and stuff like that. They went, kind of sounds a bit like the expensive one. Can we put in different pickups to make it so it doesn't sound as good as the Gibson one? Because these pickups are great. I don't know what they are. The right ones for this guitar. So Samick did have good hardware. Hardware seems great. It's got like reasonably good looking tuners. Ugh. It's like somebody with blonde hair has had their head attached to this at some point. There's blonde hair. It's like stuck tied around this this tuner. That reminds me of what band is it? I remember seeing a thing. It was a heavy metal band, and it was like something when they had a mosh pit, and there was a guy, you know, moshing at the front, you know, going in the crowd surfing stuff, and he was up headbanging with the guitarist, and the guitarist's guitar got pulled right off him because the guy somehow managed to get his hair attached to the tuners of the guitarist's guitar, and the guitarist was like, what? The guy obviously just jumped into the crowd, and he had like pulled the guitar off because his head had become attached to the tuners. Poor guy. I mean, the guitarist, you could see him just kind of like instantly going, I can't believe someone's stolen the guitar, and then going, oh my god, it's attached to his head, are you alright? That kind of... No, really nice guitar. So if you're thinking about getting a 335 type thing, definitely have a wee shot at one of these if you can get one. To be honest, I think they still make them. I think they've always made them. Like I said, you can get this one with the Welsh flag on it and I would have no problem gigging this, or if anything, kind of quite pleased I didn't buy it, because then I would be sitting there in the quandary of going, well, it was only 150 quid with an amp and a case, and a case has got to be worth 20 or 30 quid, so you're at 120 quid, and the amp's got to be worth, I don't know how much the amp's worth. I'm assuming the amp works, I've not even tried it out yet. You're really talking about, you know, like 100 quid or something. You're talking about this, and there may be an element of luck in this. This one really doesn't need anything done to it. I'm going to put new strings on it, but if you're buying any guitar, you need to put strings on, even a new one. So first thing you would do would be take the strings off and then just, you know, clean it. Basically, just, you know, just like getting maybe even getting the polish out, just giving it a good clean. I'm not talking about having to strip it down to component parts or anything like that. Just give it a good clean and it'd be totally great guitar. It doesn't need set up. I could maybe get it a little bit better, but oh, okay. I need to undo the truss rod a little bit. It's a little bit spanky. It's when you hold down the first fret and the last fret, the strings are sitting on the middle, so it needs to be something there. Who has it said that? It was Joe Walsh's Guitar Tech, or was it somebody? Right, how's that? But yeah, like there needs to be something there. It can't be sitting flat on. So it's maybe a little. It's a wee bit spanky, but not bad. It just means the neck's perfectly straight, and I don't like it perfectly straight. You just want something there. Ball hair. Now I've noticed this, maybe. I think maybe you would notice a little bit more buzzing if the strings weren't 10 years old. Maybe that's another way of getting around, you know, it's like, oh, I've got a little bit of a buzz in the guitar. It's like, put strings that are 10 years old on it. And then they're pure dead. But this should sound fantastic once it's got decent strings on it. So expect that video next week. I've got so many videos to do, I don't have time to put them out. It's like, I remember when I started doing this, it was my pal Dava who's been helping me run this a bit. saying, you should put out a video every day, like when the lockdown started. So I did that, and I was like, oh, how am I going to do a video every day now? I've got a backlog of about 10 to do, and I can't get through. I did a big video down in the car, a couple of videos going down to on my massive Trade Tuesday trip last week, where I got myself, I put the ZZB and the ZZ on the wall, like a couple of well-mounted, you know, like flying ducks or something. I haven't had the time to edit it yet, but I'm going to have to pause that and then edit that down and then try and stick these two together, because I ran out of space in the computer halfway through this. So I think, although it says 12 minutes there, 13 minutes now, I think I did about 10 minutes talking before then. So, fun guitar, and yes, definitely give it a shot. Again, it doesn't say Epiphone or Gibson on the headstock, therefore, even though it's the same factory that makes the Epiphone one at the same time, and it's got better pickups in it because it weren't spec to be bad, it doesn't say Epiphone on it, therefore it's worth an awful lot less money, but you're getting a much better guitar. You can kind of hear it being a little bit buzzy on the open strings a little bit, just because the neck's slightly too straight. Anyhow, rock on. No idea what videos are coming up, I'm just going to put them up haphazard. I kind of don't like the idea of putting them up. If they go too far into the future, it's kind of, I don't know, you can sort of tell when this is, so that this is today's video. This is, whereas I've still got another BC Rich one to put out, which I've already done. It kind of becomes time travelling. You'll notice the guitars in the back changing, and I don't know what to do. Have fun, rock on, stay safe, like and subscribe, which I should probably say in every video, but I don't. Catch you later, and press the button.